car market isn't short of offerings. In fact, over recent years, the competition has never been so fierce. There's a mix of shapes and sizes, not to mention versions with two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Now, the Subaru Outback fits into the latter, and it's a more cost-effective alternative to the likes of the Audi A6 Allroad, Mercedes E-Class All-Terrain and Volvo V90 Cross Country. The Outback's engine lineup isn't what you'd call vast. In fact, when you line it up against rivals from Audi, Mercedes and Volvo, it looks rather sparse. There are only two engines available, a 2-litre diesel or a 2.5-litre petrol. Now, petrol is available with a CVT automatic gearbox, while the diesel is available with the same CVT box or a 6-speed manual, and that's the one that we'd go for. It's stronger at low revs than the petrol. The steering has a nice feel to it. It's not as precise as some of its more premium rivals, but it's weighty enough at speed and it's light enough to make parking an absolute doddle. It's not quite as stable as some of the competition either. Drive it hard and it may lean more than maybe you'd like, but it's not bad enough to have people in the back reaching for sick bags. As you'd expect for a four-wheel drive, there's plenty of grip too. Now, it's not the most frugal of 4x4 estates out there. This is the 2-litre diesel with the CVT automatic gearbox, and it's claimed to average around 46 miles per gallon. But in real-world conditions, we found that's closer to mid-30s. One other thing to point out is that the Outback is an incredibly safe car to drive. It recently achieved a maximum 5 stars in Euro NCAP test, and that's largely down to kits like blind spot indicators, lane departure warning, 7 airbags, Isofix child seat mounts, plus Subaru's eyesight avoidance system, which is good, but can be a little overcautious if you're driving a little more spirited. All Outbacks are impressively equipped, with every model getting seats that adjust electronically. You also get a steering wheel that adjusts for both reach and height, so that means you can get a driving position that's perfect really easily. The only thing is, you don't sit as high up as you would in a more traditional 4x4. Nevertheless, all-round visibility is good thanks to big windows front and rear, plus you get a reversing camera to help with parking. The only thing is, you don't get parking sensors, so you still have to keep your wits about you when parking in tight spaces. As standard, all versions get a 7-inch touchscreen Starlink infotainment system, which we'd describe as average at best. The buttons are fiddly to use on the move and it's not very responsive. This version doesn't even have DAB. The cabin plastics aren't bad when you think of Subarus of old, but they're still not in the same league as Audi, Mercedes or Volvo. But then you're not paying the same kind of price. It all feels solid and durable though. Space isn't something you're going to struggle with in the Outback. Up front, both driver and passenger have enough headroom, while in the back there's good levels of head and legroom for even taller passengers. The boot is also a good size and shape, and the load bay can be extended further by folding down the 60/40 split fold rear seats, which can be done easily thanks to these handles. If you're looking for something just a little bit different to the mainstream crop of 4x4 estates, then the Subaru Outback is well worth considering. It's got good levels of space, excellent safety equipment, and it's solidly built.